Okay, let's say you are working with a big code base where will be thousands of files or lines of code. Then there will be many functions and features, but you can't remember or memorize them all. So the problem is when your project will need update and you are going to work on that update after 6 months, you will forget the code and you won't understand that what this print function is doing. So let's say I have a print function which prints my name. So for example, here we do not have one line of code, but we have here thousands lines of code. So after 6 months, you will usually forget that why you wrote this line or why you wrote this code. So what was the purpose? So to solve that, we have comments. So what are comments? It's not comments what we do in social media like any social platform, but this is a self note for you. So when you write a comment in a program, this comment is ignored by the compiler or interpreter. What do I mean? So let's say if I write here something hello or some gibberish, and if I run this code, you can see there is an error because Python turns code into machine language line by line. So it is not understanding what it is. It is not a variable. It is not a text because it does not have a single or double quotations. So it is throwing error. But let's say you want to write a note for yourself that this print function prints my name. So this is a note for yourself, but it is throwing error. So what is the solution? Because here we have one line of code, but when you have thousands of lines of code, then without self note you will forget because you will work on multiple projects, so you will forget them easily. So to overcome this, we use comments. So if I put a hash before this line, you can see the errors are gone. So this hash is telling the interpreter that ignore this line from compiling to machine code. So just ignore this line. This is not a code, but this is a note for the developer himself. So now if I run the program, you can see the interpreter ignores this line and straight goes to this line and prints my name. So this is called a comment. But now if I write other comment below this line, other comment, you can see it is throwing error again because this line is not comment either. So to make this comment, just include the hash before this line. Now let's say you want a big descriptive comment which has 10 lines. You want to write a description for other developer. For example, you are working on an enterprise software where 3 developers are working. So now you want to write a note for them to understand what this print function do. So they won't understand in one line if you write shortly. So for them, you thought that okay, I will write a big description what this code do. So for that, writing 10 line and making them comment with this hash sign can be time consuming. So for that, you can use multi-line comment. So to overcome this, you can write 3 quotation, then again 3 quotation, and in between these, no matter how many lines you write, the interpreter will treat them as comment. For example, this is a multi-line comment. This will be ignored. So now if you run the code, you can see still this part is ignored by the interpreter. Comments are also used for debugging. So let's say if you have 3 print function which prints 3 name, Adil, then John Cena, then let's say print Naruto. So if you run the code, you can see it prints the 3 name. But you want to see if you comment this line how your code behaves, or let's say in this line your code is throwing error, so you want to check if commenting this fixes, because when you will comment this it will be ignored by the interpreter. So it is used for debugging. Now if I run the code, you can see it prints Adil, it ignores this line, then it prints Naruto. So I hope you understood how to write comments and why it is so useful.